Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully, you guys are, accomplishing your dreams, your goals. Hopefully, you guys are writing them down, so it's easier. So you physically able to see it every morning you wake up. Just to remind you of why you're working hard in the first place. Why you getting up in the morning. Well, besides going to work, I'm saying in general, like we all have something to achieve, something to prove. So, anyways, this title of this video is gonna be "Heed the Lessons of Failure." So, I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but I want to give you my opinion on it, and and what you could do to actually turn it around, like how to learn from that important word, failure. So here it goes. In life, we all go through things. We often make mistakes. That sometimes we pay the price for it. Suffer the consequences and things of that nature. You know, but not every consequences is like, like I mean I don't want to say fatal, but like really on the bad side. Sometimes those lessons could be like the failures or the consequences can sometimes be like on the on a small scale, or the punishment might be very minuscule. So so how do we turn that into a positive, into a lesson that we all can learn and take that with us forever. Here are some points here I want to mention here. Through every mistake, right? Every mistake, every trip, that we, that's to just like we see that see in life we go through experiences. Experiences sometimes could be good or bad, and more often both. You know. So when we make a mistake, so like sometimes people not necessarily learn from it, because they keep doing the same thing over and over again. So obviously you're not learning what you're supposed to be learning. The way we learn it is that in the future, if we come across something similar that we did before, so our job is to know what to do at that point, because obviously the first time you didn't know, you never been through it, so obviously you may have suffered some sort of like a loss or something. So in the next encounter, that you should be able to know how to handle it. So why the thing is, the part I never understood about certain people, that they know that certain things are bad for them, certain things that they'll never learn from, but still they continue to do it. And I mean there's a lot of cases about that, but at the end of the day, I mean it's not really going to bring you anything good. So why keep doing it, right? So like we need to learn from our mistakes. Okay, if we're not learning from our mistakes, then like then what are we learning in general? Like absolutely nothing, because it's the mistakes that not only will teach us but will show us like where we failing, where we're doing wrong. So like life is like like preparing you, like giving you like a dose of your medicine, say what, obviously it's not working, so why you keep doing it? So try something else, try go in a different direction, a different route, try try a different recipe or whatever the case may be, right? So so why stumble into something that is not gonna work? Always go for something different. You never know, maybe the second time you try it, it's gonna work. Now when it's gonna work, that it's gonna be a lot better, and you're better off. So see, we in life, we are taught lessons, lessons of of wisdom, survival, and humility. those are three part, I think, in my opinion, important keys to to living, a prosperous life, a healthy life, through trials and errors, you know, through our errors are the error of our ways, you know, because I mean I understand, certain circumstances, allows us to, to go back in that same, that same boat or that same hole, so to speak. But but it's our duty, or at least we owe it to ourselves to, to always, emerge from that, to learn from that. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, there's nothing like that you learn nothing from, not accepting what you're doing wrong, or not accepting, like your failures if you commit it, it's funny 'cause a lot of people like no, I mean, it's completely understandable that a lot of people get angry, when they or certain things are not going their way, or they feel like something, and and they don't know what it was, they don't know what it is. So of course, I mean, it's normal, like to be upset, to to rattle your head and things like that. But if you actually, take a deep breath, and say to yourself, why did I fail? Why wasn't I be able to, complete this task? Or why didn't this, whatever project work, or no, things like that. The question could be anything. So so the next question you should be asking yourself, okay, how can I make this better? What did I miss? Okay, what, I mean, will my next move work? You know, questions of that similarity. Obviously, you might have your own questions, but that's just, what I'm, that's coming to mind. So, but sometimes, you don't know how something's gonna be until you actually go out and try it. To to throw yourself out there. 'Cause sometimes, sometimes we don't know what we're capable of, until we actually, be put in a position in which we have no choice but to do just that, and go beyond that. It's fun because, like, a lot of these, it's like some successful people today, I'll give you an example, like someone like, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, you know. So you know what? So like let me like take examples of those three guys. Okay, what do they have in common? Obviously, we all know that they're one of the wealthiest, people on earth. What? So let's say, right? So it's like what else do they have in common besides their wealth? Well, let me mention one. See, the one thing they have in common that I've seen and read, that is they all have made mistakes. They've all learned from their failures. Okay, and they understood those failures. They understood why they failed. So what's the difference between them and everybody else? Well, that because they actually, they actually took the time, to see where exactly did they fail, what exactly did not work. So they made it. Well, they took it upon themselves, to actually, work on the mistakes, and turn those into positives, into results, into triumphs. Okay, and all this. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys have, read some of their, stories, biographies, and whatnot. But that's like you're right. That's what happened. Because they actually learn from the mistakes, which is why that they're so big today. Because they made the right moves afterwards. They figure out, what went wrong. They retrace the steps. They went back, and they see, oh, okay, all right. So I see this didn't work. So how can we make this work? How can we go forward, and not make the same mistake again? So there's things like that. So that's exactly what, they did. And not only them, I mean, millions of, like, entrepreneurs around the world. I mean, they all learn from that, learn from the mistakes. So that's all point of this video is to, is to pretty much show you guys that anything in life is, anything worthwhile, right? It will take mistakes, because mind you guys, we weren't born geniuses. We weren't born, like that we know everything. We're not know-it-alls. So like I said, going back to these guys, the example that I'm using is that they like someone like Bill Gates. He's a Harvard dropout. Okay, he dropped out of Harvard. Okay, and decided to go in business with his partner to start Microsoft. Okay, okay, and we all know that he didn't succeed on the first shot. Okay, I'm sure he went through many trials. Okay, like I mentioned. Same thing with Warren Buffett. He started his investing company in the '60s called the Berkshire. So like it's like a very smart man. He just but sometimes I believe that you built that intelligence, right, by fixing your mistakes. Turning your past failures into success. Okay, because every entrepreneur that's out there, every like millionaire or billionaire or whatever the case may be. Okay, if you actually spoken to them, like sit in front of them, I'm sure they're gonna tell you that they've made a tons of mistakes along the way. Like in other words, that they weren't born halfway successful, or they never launched their like the multi-billion dollar business on the first shot. Like I'm sure that everybody could tell you, and they all will agree with me here that they took like many trials and errors to actually get to where they are now. Because that's how it is. That's life. Like you never, at least for what I've seen, for what I've heard, most people don't succeed in the first time. You don't get it the first time, and that's okay. I mean, in the case you start something and you fail it the first time, like, dude, it's nothing to be, nothing to be shamed about. It's nothing for you to, reason for you to go crazy and everything. It's okay. Listen, like I said, nobody makes it the first time. Okay, it takes work. Okay, it takes dedication, concentration and all that stuff. Okay, the one key word that separates a lot of people from truly being successful is the word like dedication. Like if you're not dedicated like into what you're doing, like or you're not passionate about, or you're not passionate enough, to actually launch, like go forward with your business, and actually seeing it to where it needs to be, then obviously it's gonna falter because like you're not, because your heart is not in it, you're not passionate about it, so you can't be somebody who expects results the first time or the second time or even the third time. Like it'll come. Just obviously it depends how hard you work, how observant you are, as catching your mistakes along the way. It's another thing. Like you have to learn to also to see some of the mistakes, especially if you made them before, so that way you save yourself another headache. So that's in my opinion, regarding this, like and going back to the title, he the lessons of failure. Remember, and that saying's been going around for years and years, probably even before I was born. So and it's there for a reason, because you have to learn from your mistakes, but embrace the failures, because the failures is what's going to make you successful one day, assuming that you will learn from them. Because like I said before, that I mean there's no point even like going on if you're not learning from your mistakes. Then you obviously wasting your time. Okay, so very important. So you have to be observant. Know exactly where you're failing. Or at least have like a clue. Like you should know. You should feel it. You should know that something's not right. Or something is off. So that should be the first clue that you should back out and actually retrace your steps and figure out like what you're doing wrong, and try to fix it right there and then. Rather than going along with it and then risk making more mistakes along the way. So obviously you don't want that. So yes, so that's pretty much I had to say about it. Hopefully you guys are learning something from this. So I'm gonna wrap this up. As always, thank you so much. For those of you that are watching, I really appreciate it. Like I said, guys, like I do this to help you guys try to make like good decisions in your life or in your career wise. passion wise, things like that. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, please subscribe for more. If you want, you can hit the notification bells. That way you be alerted whenever I upload videos. So like I said, you have any questions, concerns, definitely you can drop it in the comments, or DM me personally, or even you guys should check out my Instagram. Also, it'll definitely be on my page as well. So just click on it, and it'll take you directly to my Instagram. So you can even DM me there as well. So and I also post like similar content on Instagram, so related to my YouTube channel. So that way they both correlate. So definitely check out my Instagram, for dating motivational, pushes and things like that. So yeah, so and I'm also I started a new Facebook page dedicated to the same thing, to what I'm doing, motivational, to help you guys stay motivated, stay strong, stay vigilant, stay strong out at all times, even though life can also try to knock you down, but you always keep going up and push harder, and when you feel that you think you're giving up, push harder. That's all I'm gonna say about this. So yeah, so definitely check out the Instagram. Okay, look through all the motivational posts that I do there. So and yeah, and definitely like it. Hopefully that'll inspire you day to day. And of course, obviously, watch the videos that I do here, my previous videos, whichever you want. I'm sure I cover a whole range of topics, important topics that I feel that people should know about. So yeah, so that's it. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.